Good evening and welcome to another episode of Breaking News. My name is David Corcoran. I'll be your host tonight, and we have an action-packed lineup. We are talking parents tonight. We have many district leaders, people in positions of power around our District 109, for instance, who are parents, mothers especially, and we're looking at female leadership tonight. We'd also like to discuss the Decam, which has taken place this weekend, and many of our Toastmasters leaders are now on their way home. So we'll have some reports and some information about the Decam. We'd also like to give another shout out to our conference and finish with some special announcements that we will have and reveal shortly. So firstly, I'd like to welcome to talk about being a female leader within the club environment. I'd like to welcome Toastmaster Julia, Toastmaster Zhao, and Toastmaster Ursula. Welcome, Julia. Welcome, Zhao. And if you're watching on at home, please leave us comments. We love the interaction. We want to really promote this breaking news. And I have Paolo Purina backstage who will be able to share and view your comments. So please interact if you have questions of our panelists. So welcome, ladies. Feel free to unmute. It's your time now. So female leaders you are, and also mothers. And happy Mother's Day, as it is today in 44 countries around the world. I'd like to firstly ask you, all of you, to think about or just share with us what got you into Toastmasters in the first place. So Toastmaster Julia, maybe you'd like to go first.
Thank you, David. Well, I have heard about Toastmasters a decade ago, but it was only a couple of years ago during the pandemic that I had the chance to use the online, as everybody had transitioned to this method. And I knew about the public speaking side of it, but to be honest, I was attracted to the leadership part as well.
Okay, wonderful. And Toastmaster Zhao, what about you? You're our president of Vienna Toastmasters Club 551, as I understand.
Yes, I must say I encountered Toastmasters a long time ago. I went to a meeting. I actually didn't like it back then. That was over 10 years ago. But I think it's all about the people, right? And years later, I came across someone who was founding a new club, and he was so enthusiastic about it. And he took me along to a meeting. I clicked with the people and I stuck with it.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. And Toastmaster Ursula, what about your journey?
Hi, David. Nice to have me here. I joined Toastmasters because of two of my friends, and I always wanted to charm the room as a coach, as trainer, and I want to get their attention and get my points across. And it's about leadership and communication, and also a safe spot where you can try and fail and learn and try again, and that's very, very much of value for me.
Wonderful. And the three of you, as I said, are mothers. So in this pandemic time that we've had a lot of virtual meetings. So have any of your children joined in on your Toastmasters meetings?
Actually, mine has.
Yes.
He loves Toastmasters.
Your son loves to. And how old is your son, Zhao?
He is 4.5.
Wonderful.
He's been to 2 Toastmasters Christmas parties.
Okay.
I don't usually let him go to club meetings with him because that's past his bedtime. But for special occasions, he even performed some magic tricks with me at the last Christmas party.
Okay, that's wonderful. Wonderful. And what about you, Toastmaster Julie? How old are your children?
My children are quite young. They are 5 and 7. But when I told them the other day that I will be on television, they didn't quite blink. But when I said I'll actually be on YouTube, they said, yay, Mommy's going to be famous. YouTube, they know about that.
Wonderful. Mom's a YouTuber now. That's great. And what about you, Ursula?
It's the same with me. My boy do not know what TV is, but YouTube is a word. It's something he likes to see, and he was not attending at the whole Toastmasters meeting, but since we're presenting also online, he crushed some of my speeches already. So
while you were speaking,
he's training. Well, yeah, I try to, and then you're focusing, and so I think it's also very good for testing yourself to all the interruptions you receive before you can start a speech. So
Yeah,
that's good.
absolutely. Yeah, wow. I mean, my children are 13 and 9, so a little bit older. My son just went to bed now in the room next door, of course, in my home studio here. But I guess the question here, for the three of you is, as parents, how are you juggling, your Toastmasters responsibilities with parenthood? Do you have any advice maybe for anybody watching who perhaps is a parent as well, or any top tips that you might pass on? Maybe Ursula, would you like to go first?
I think the most important thing for me is to have a backup, like very, very good friends like Kiao and my partner as well, because
Yes.
we are planning and we are communicating and we are replanning and adapting, and there's still room for what was not planned.
Yeah.
And it's really good to have a backup plan, because otherwise you lose all the tracks and all the priorities. So
Yeah.
that's the most important thing, I think. Yeah, take up with milestones and plan and
Yeah.
have backups.
Okay. Yeah. And Jia also just mentioned, I think you guys are close friends. So what would be your tip, or how to avoid challenge?
Avoid challenge. I think it's usually the blockage is in your head. It's the same with parenthood, with anything else.
Mhm.
And I had to learn to let go of my guilt.
Mm.
For quite some time, I felt bad going to meetings, leaving my family alone for the evening. And at some point, I talked to my husband about it, and actually, he was really supportive. I just
Mhm.
never voiced what I wanted.
Mm.
And once you articulate what your goals are, people are, my partner, my parents, everyone was really supportive. And then we could organize ourselves and make an action plan. And it was no problem at all.
Great. That's amazing. And Julia, finally, yeah, your thoughts.
Well, I've been an event manager in my real life, so it was quite easy, let's say. Also, the pandemic and everybody being online and understanding what it's like to be in your pajamas working from home, that also made it easier. Like Ursula said, yes, have a backup plan, but I'm talking more about technology. But the club members, the friends that you have in Toastmasters, you are always connected with them. They are all very active, proactive. So that's always helpful to prepare, or even if something comes up and
Mhm.
you have to give up your role,
Yeah.
um, al improviso, there's
Yes.
always somebody to
To
do the job
jump
for
in.
you. So I love the Toastmasters spirit. I knew about it, but I could feel it myself, not just as a mother, but also as a professional, because I would say my main challenge is that I never find enough time to do things as perfect as I used to, or to do more things, because there are lots of things going on in the organization. So
Yeah.
yeah, very
Okay.
interesting.
Wonderful. Well, I know you all have younger children, so thank you for joining us tonight. We'll let you go and get your kids to bed, and we wish you a wonderful Mother's Day, a pleasant week, and thank you for your thoughts on leadership. And I'm sure many will be inspired by your words. So take care, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, David, and
Thank you,
thank you to
David.
all
Thank
our
you,
viewers.
everyone. Happy
Thank
Mother's
you.
Day.
Happy Mother's
Wonderful.
Day.
So as we have a full broadcast tonight, we have some people leaving the studio, others who are hoping to join the studio. I don't know if you know, but we actually use StreamYard across the district for this breaking news, which means that we can actually have people on standby, videos on standby, and hopefully our next guest may be joining the studio just in time. We'll soon see. So we'd like to now talk about the, first of all, the Decam, which happened just this weekend. And I'd like to play a short clip from our district PR manager, Paula Perina.
Hi, David. This is Paula, Public Relations Manager for District 109. I have news for you coming right from Zurich. Our district leaders this year have met for the first time after 2 years of lockdown, Zoom meeting, and online. They've met in person in Zurich. They held Decam there yesterday and today. And let me tell you, there has been some fun and hilarious things happening there. I really have to show them to you. It kicked off with Friday night dinner. Leadership is hard work, right? So plates were big. Saturday, treasure hunt as team building activity. Happy teams started wandering the streets of Zurich, searching for strangers to interview.
Freiburg in Germany. I live also in Germany, in Munich.
No, so sorry. What are you asking me? Like, what are we doing here? Or?
Yes. What are you doing here in Zurich?
We're just tourists.
We're just visiting for the day.
Ja, bitte, ganz lieb. Ja, bitte.
So far, so good. But then the difficulty escalated. They had to imitate this. And this is how they fared.
Figaro, Figaro, Figaro qua, Figaro là, Figaro su, Figaro giù.
Figaro! Son qua! Figaro!
Figaro,
Son qua!
son qua.
Figaro,
Son qua!
Son qua.
Figaro qua! Figaro là!
Figaro qua, Figaro là.
Bravo, you guys! That wasn't easy. The teams were finally back to show and share their results, but only one team could win the treasure hunt. And the winning team is the name of the Rose team. Congratulations to Lorenzo, Fatima, Beatrice, and Eric. And of course, congratulations to all participants. Great leaders, great fun. This is all from Zurich. Back to you, David.
Wonderful. What a delight to have Paula with that report there. And certainly we have some more photos of that weekend. So if you haven't attended a district executive committee meeting, it is a lot of fun. I attended one in Vilnius in our old former District 95 a few years ago, and then held a Decam in Vienna a few months later. So here are some photos again of that trip of the treasure hunt. And also people being out and about, and obviously the camaraderie, the fellowship, and the community is what's really important at the Decam, not just a chance to vote on district and talk about district issues. But to tell us a little bit more now about the district and about what is the Decam, we'd like to play a video where Mario Plasencia interviews Lillian Shaftakola.
Good evening, Lillian. It's great to be with you here in Zurich. Can you tell us why you're here?
Thank you, Mario. It is great being here. I came in order to be with about 20 to 25 other Toastmasters, basically the District Executive Committee.
And please explain what exactly is the District Executive Committee.
The District Executive Committee is composed of all the district offices, that is the area directors, the division directors, and the district core team. And we normally meet about 3 times a year so that we can discuss important issues of the district and make certain decisions which are then forwarded to other bodies. What we do usually, when we can, we make it a weekend trip so we can have our meeting and combine it with training and fellowship.
Did you do anything fun this weekend?
Yes, we did. Actually, it was lovely because it was the first time in quite a bit that we were able to really get together and have so many members attending in person. So what we did, in addition to the meeting formally, in addition to the dinners we had, the fellowship, we also took a day for leadership training. And we turned it into a fun event. We had a special coach who took us around Zurich on a treasure hunt meant to foster teamwork. Therefore, it's been a wonderful experience for everybody, I believe, and very useful for our district. That's why I would like to encourage as many people as possible to join, become district officers, and you will benefit from learning a lot more about the district and being trained in all kinds of ways.
Thanks, Lillian. Bye for now.
So there you have it, Mario talking to Lillian, and there's an incredible amount of effort that goes into a Decam. And as you saw, there was a treasure hunt. It was the first live event that's taken place for a couple of years. So if you are a prospective district leader, then please consider that as we go out of the pandemic situation across Europe, there'll be more and more opportunities to meet with your fellow Toastmasters. And this is really where leadership is made at these Decam events. And as I said, an incredible amount of effort goes into preparing for just that 1 weekend. And we'd like to, here on Breaking News, just acknowledge a couple of people. So in particular, for our treasure hunt, we'd like to acknowledge Giovanni Chiri and Anna Maria Maestri, who were the treasure hunt organizers. So Lillian mentioned a coach or two there, and certainly those people were involved in making, I'm sure, what was a fun and interactive weekend or a moment around Zurich. You saw some people being interviewed and asked strange questions on the street. So maybe ask one of your district leaders, what was the treasure hunt about? And of course, the entire event, a special thanks goes to Karina Shea, who is our administration manager in the district this year, who put on the whole Decam, everything from the accommodation to the venue to making sure that the guests who attended were well looked after. And I'm sure she had a team, and if not, she's an incredible woman. So, and certainly a big thanks from the district, from Breaking News, for your efforts in bringing everyone together. And feel free to reach out to her if you are interested in putting on a Decam in your city in the future around our district. Let's now move to the conference. Next weekend is the district conference. And if you haven't already signed up, please do. It's going to be a jam-packed event. We had a special in our last Breaking News, but we'd now tonight like to invite Toastmaster Panos to tell us a little bit more about the workshop and keynote side of things. Welcome, Toastmaster Panos.
Hello, David. Hey.
It's great to see you.
Hello, all the way from Greece. It's great to see you again, my friend. How are you tonight?
Likewise. We're all good here at Breaking News, and you're obviously in the midst of preparing everything for next weekend's spectacular, the conference, the spring.
Absolutely.
So just remind me, you're in charge of the workshops, as I understand, or the chair. Tell us about your role.
I'm doing my best to take care of our invited speakers. So we're gonna have a blast. So we've gone. Do you see the drawing? My niece is drawing behind us.
Wonderful.
So it's a monkey. It's a monkey that is scratching its head. So we've gone from that stage, wondering how can we give you, our conference guests, the best conference experience when it comes to learning and enjoying the process. So tonight it is with the utmost pleasure that we get to introduce our two keynote speakers. Our very own international director, Elizabeth Nosted, will be giving us a keynote on Sunday, right before the international speech contest. And then on Saturday, we have Sho Lakaye, all the way from London, who will be speaking on inclusion for a 1-hour keynote session.
Okay, so, and you've shared with me a couple of videos that we'd like to play now. Then actually after that, we also have one of your colleagues, Andy Barbiero, who'll also join us in a quick discussion, just to mention a couple of call to action moments. But let's play these promotional videos now. We've got Elizabeth and Sho Lakaye after that.
Fantastic.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Elizabeth Nosted, and I'm the International Director for Region 10. Region 10 are all the Toastmasters clubs in Europe and the UK. I'm really looking forward to join you at the exciting District 109 conference on the weekend of May 14th and 15th. I would love to catch up with old friends and meet new friends at the conference. I will be giving the keynote speech, and I have chosen to speak about shared stories, shared connections. At our Toastmaster clubs and every other area of Toastmasters, we share stories of our lives, and listen to others' stories. Stories that go deep into our hearts and awaken ideas that we might have forgotten. Therefore, stories align us with a sense of purpose. A famous quote is, "We are hardwired to connect." It's what gives purpose and meaning to our lives. Therefore, I hope you'll join me at the District 109 conference so we can share stories and develop those meaningful connections. See you there.
Hi, my name is Shola Kay, and I'm delighted to be the keynote speaker at the upcoming District 109 Toastmasters Conference, which is taking place on the 14th of May at 6 p.m. I'm going to be talking about inclusion and how we can ensure that we are not only more inclusive of others, but also that we don't rule ourselves out of the game by not including ourselves. So I'm really excited to share with you a framework that will help you be more empathetic and a better listener to others, as well as sharing some stories that will hopefully encourage you to go for your dreams and also to help other people be more successful. So please do come along and join me at the D109 conference. I can't wait to meet you. It's going to be a very interactive session, so I'm looking forward to hearing your comments and reading your comments all the way through the session as I keep the chat box open so that we can all get involved and have a conversation rather than a monologue. So join me at the D109 conference and I'll see you there.
Wow, Panos, fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, wow, you can't get better in this sense. So really, people should already sign up if they haven't. How are registrations looking at the moment?
Well, we're getting more and more every day. Naturally, in the beginning, we were so excited. So we were thinking we were gonna be getting like hundreds every day. But you know what? Don't wait until the very last moment. Register now, have the option there, and join for an hour or a session. You will be 1 hour and 1 session richer. If you get to join for the full 2 days, hey, you will be 2 days richer in terms of warmth and learning, and again, getting this special flavor that this year's speakers are going to bring to us. So David, have you yourself registered?
I haven't. So you caught me off guard, because on Sunday, I, in all honesty, I'm attending a mindfulness retreat, but I've just realized that my whole Saturday is free. So you've inspired me, Panos, to sign up for the Saturday. So I will see various people there for the Saturday's lineup. So let's welcome your colleague now, Toastmaster Andy, into the broadcast studio to also just have a chat with us for a moment about what's happening. Andy Barbiero is our evaluation chair for the entire conference. So welcome, Toastmaster Andy. And yeah, between obviously signing up and signing up for roles as well, how are things looking on the evaluation team front? Do you have everyone you need, Andy?
We have all the information we need, David. Thank you very much for having me on, and hello, and hello, Panos. Can I just say your enthusiasm is infectious. I'm not sure how I can follow that, but it's just that smile is just overwhelming. So congratulations for that. Absolutely. So to answer your question, David, everything is in line and ready to go. I just actually came from a briefing with the rest of the contest chairs. We have all the names. I've sent the email out to organize our briefing so they have all the information they need, the forms are signed, etc. And so we are in line and ready to go. It's going to be very exciting.
Wonderful. And there are several contests, as we reviewed in the last one as well. So in terms of, aligning people, you've got, evaluation team, you've got judges, timers, you've got a whole smorgasbord of people to cover. So any challenges along the way, Andy, or was it smooth sailing?
It's not smooth sailing yet until it's all said and done. So
well, that's true. Yes.
We're quite organized. The wonderful thing is that everyone's really enthusiastic, including all of the contestants, and so they're very willing to meet, to offer the information that we need. to give up their time, and so everything is proceeding as it should be. Obviously, there could be obstacles in the way, but because Toastmasters, we're all known for this. We're all here to pitch in, help out, and we all got our backs, each other's backs, and so I'm quite confident it's going to go without a hitch.
Great, great. Well, it sounds like leaders are being made as we speak with the conference organization. So congratulations to you both so far. And as you said, it's not over until it's done. So we all encourage everyone to sign up. I will be signing up later tonight, as I said, now that my calendar has cleared on Saturday. So I hope to see many of my Toastmasters friends online at different events and to see you there. And maybe we could do a little bit of live, or we could record some videos for our next breaking news session. Who knows? So thank you, Toastmaster Panos and Toastmaster Andy, for your time tonight. We look forward to seeing you and enjoying your work next weekend. Take care.
Thanks, David.
See you on the 14th.
Wonderful. So as mentioned, please sign up for the district conference. It's worth getting involved with. And as you see, there may be last minute changes and things. So you never know when help is needed. And being a Toastmaster and jumping in is a priority, as we heard from the ladies that we also interviewed earlier. We had many ladies agree to talk about their leadership journey and being parents with us for this episode. So I'd like to now invite Toastmaster Risha, Toastmaster Patricia, and Toastmaster Francesca to the broadcast studio to tell us more about their journeys in Toastmasters as well. So welcome, Risha. Welcome, Patricia. And Francesca's joining us too. And thanks to Paola for bringing everybody in, or Francesca, I should say, as is coming in. So, welcome to you all for joining us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, David, for inviting us.
So I'd love to, we've met a couple of times here and there over the years, but I'd like to ask you, each of you, just to tell us, how did you get into Toastmasters? And it may have been, several years ago, it may have been not so long ago, but I'd love to just hear from each of you. Risha, would you start? When did you join and what got you into Toastmasters?
So I've been a Toastmaster addict, like I like to call myself, for 7+ years now. And I went in out of pure curiosity to a club meeting, and I was hooked from day one with the warmth and the love and the safe environment of growth. So yes, that's what's got me in and kept me in.
Wonderful. Francesca, what about yourself?
It is 2 years that I am a part of the Toastmaster 2 Towers Club in Bologna. There were many colleagues of that were part of the club, and so for curiosity, I started joining the first meetings that in those days were 100% online, and I liked it, so I became part of the club.
Wonderful. And Patricia?
I joined just for pure case. I was trying to find a course to improve my public speaking and to get confident in saying things during the team meetings. And I joined by chance a meeting because they wanted to open a club in where I was working, and I loved it. And then from then I didn't stop, and that was 8 years ago.
Ah, wonderful. Great. So there's really been an impact on Toastmasters on your working lives or your professional lives. So, let me ask you, in your journey as Toastmasters, I know, Patricia, you put on the Allegro conference a few years ago. So, have you held other leadership positions, or are you thinking about leadership potentially again in the future? Let's start with you, Patricia, this time.
I realized just after 4 years how big this event was, and the vision was so big that I was not even sure I could manage to pull it off. And it was a great challenge because we had no budget. So the first thing was to bring in the people on board and then select a team of volunteers inside the people who were participating, the speakers and everybody. And it was so agile in the end because we were adding pieces and it lasted 1 year. But it was a great success.
Yeah, congratulations. It's still a very memorable moment for the district, and people, I'm sure, still talk about it with fond memories. Risha, what about you in terms of your journey?
So, 6 months into becoming a Toastmaster member, I was part of the club executive committee, and ever since then, I have always been in some leadership role or the other, never stepped out of it, and I really love it.
Okay. And Francesca, you said 2 years only online meetings. Have you taken on a role as yet within the
Yes.
club?
Yes, I'm part of the EXCOM, first as a secretary. And so I had the possibility to know the backstage of the club.
Yes.
And since some months, we are also arranging hybrid meetings. So this is a great challenge for us, a lot of things to think about, and how to manage and how to improve. So this is a great challenge for all of us.
Yeah, wonderful. I started too in my journey as a secretary. So I hear that, and it was a nice, easy way in. Suddenly I went to president. So I needed a few steps in between. So maybe, Risha, I should jump back and do a few more club roles in the years to come. And all of you are parents. And as we said, happy Mother's Day to the three of you, as is celebrated in many countries, maybe in yours. But certainly honoring, parenthood and being female leaders as well within your clubs and across the district. How do you manage to juggle those responsibilities? Maybe you have older children, or maybe you have younger children. I'm not sure, but what are some of your thoughts there, Francesca?
So my kids are quite grown up. They are 17 and 14, and so at this moment of my life, this is not an issue of balance at the time and so on. For example, the last meeting, that was a hybrid meeting, I just closed my office duties and I had to fly to the venue. And so I just left some instruction and made them cook the dinner. So when I came back, everything was ready to go.
Wonderful. And you could eat and go from there. Risha, what about you in terms of juggling responsibilities?
So, Toastmaster has been very impactful with my kids, especially when I joined Toastmasters 7 years back. My son was 12-ish and my daughter was 4. And my husband is also a Toastmaster. So we are a Toastmaster as a couple. So we were practicing our speeches and things in front of the kids. And then I got into doing YLP for their school, which we have been doing for 7 years constantly now. And my Toastmaster journey inspired my son to recognize the value of communication. And during the lockdown, he applied for the first TEDx Youth license on the island of Cyprus and organized a physical event, which was like online as well as physical, and it was the first TEDx Youth on the island.
Wow, congratulations to him, and obviously inspired by his parents. Yeah, that's fantastic. Wow, it's really inspiring that next generation. And Patricia, what about you in terms of your family and responsibilities?
When I joined, my daughter was only 10, and I was not only a working mother, but I was a single mom, so she had no choice. I was taking her to the meetings and conferences, and she learned very soon the importance of communication, just as your kids, Richa. And Julia has developed this ability not to be afraid, and lately she was recognized as the best speaker in the public speaking club in our school, and she won the debate. So I think, I think that's what I can recommend to every parent who are practicing is involve your kids, because they're going to learn so much things that maybe we would have wished to learn when we were 17.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's really fantastic. I remember my son being asked at kindergarten, "What does your mum do?" "She's an opera singer." "What does your dad do?" "He does Toastmasters." That was his response, because I was doing a lot of Toastmasters back then, which is wonderful. But you're absolutely right. Bring and involve your children, have them come along. Anna Luisa here is giving a virtual hug to you all. So really, thank you to the three of you. And we have to cut it short just with our timing. We have a full program. So really, thank you for being inspiring female leaders, mums, and really juggling responsibilities. And we look forward to connecting with you further about your Toastmasters journeys. So have a happy Mother's Day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you,
Thank you so
David.
much. See you next.
So as we come to the final moments now of our breaking news, we'd like to share something that's coming up that you'll see in the next couple of weeks. So I'd like to invite from Ljubljana Toastmaster Blaz to join us here for a moment to tell us a little bit more about your upcoming event that I'll also just broadcast here for us.
Hello, David. Thanks for inviting me. Have to say it's a good topic today that you have. Even though it's not Mother's Day in Slovenia, we had it in March. I would like to add to this celebration by wishing Happy Mother's Day to all mothers.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you. And let's hear a little bit about your Summer Speakers Weekend. I've got the poster here that you've made and starting to distribute around. It's in Slovenia, as it says, but tell us a bit more about your Speakathon and Speaknik.
Yeah, that's a fun word play. So this Summer Speakers Weekend is actually an upgrade of all the events that we had in previous years, because they are all only one day. But this year we have decided to stretch it over the whole weekend. And on the first day, this is June 11, we are planning Speakathon, so Speakers Marathon, where we'll have competitions, we'll have speech competition, prepared speech, we'll have impromptu speech competition, and as well evaluations. And then we'll have some workshops, and there is a special guest invited, and we'll have some fun games. And then on the second day, we have Speaknik, which is not a regular picnic, because besides having a good food, having fun with games, we will also have table topic competition, but this will be more in a relaxed setting.
Okay, great. So, and is this only available to those in Slovenia, or are you inviting everyone from the district to come?
No, not at all. It's not limited only to Slovenian Toastmasters. We would be really grateful and happy if international guests will come, and they are already applying. So we do expect a quite international audience.
Okay, great. Well, breaking news goes right around our District 109 to all the different countries. So perhaps you can be a point of contact, or if people want to find out more, should they be in touch with you directly? Or is there a website or something I've missed? I can bring that back up again.
Yeah, well, you can contact me directly or anyone else from Toastmasters Club Ljubljana or Toastmasters Business Club.
Okay.
Or you can visit our Facebook page or website, toastmasters.si.
Okay, great. So you've heard it first. So it's June 11 and June 12. So there's still a little bit of time to make a decision, see what you're planning on that weekend, and head down to Slovenia, not far from Austria. So my wife is unfortunately in the UK that weekend, so I can't leave my kids home alone. But maybe we plan a trip down to Ljubljana. I haven't been there as yet. So it'd be lovely to join you there if we can. So thank you for joining us tonight, Toastmaster Blaz, and we look forward to celebrating your event. Maybe you can send us a few pictures from the event. So maybe for a future episode of Breaking News, we could share and delight in your achievement. So all the best getting yourself there, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. So as we come now to the final moments of what has been a slightly longer episode, so to those 8 people still watching, thank you. To any of those of you who are watching the broadcast afterwards, we also thank you. Let's just now go to the final moments for weather tomorrow around our district. So in Piraeus, we have 25, sunny but a little bit cloudy. Istanbul, it's 18, sunny and cloudy. In Jerusalem, 27 and sunny. Ljubljana, where Toastmaster Blaz is from, 22, I think thunderstorms and showers. In Limassol, 25 and sunny. Torino, it is 20, cloudy with sunshine, as is in Sofia, 22 with the same. In Bukhara, our Malta club, it's 20 and raining, as it is here in Austria, in Villach, 21 degrees, cloudy and raining. And Nyon in Switzerland is also 21 degrees and raining. So that's weather around our district. And if you'd like to participate in a future episode of Breaking News, please be in touch with us, either Paula Parina or myself. We're always looking for interesting things that are happening around our district, like you saw tonight with Slovenia, like you've seen with our conference and with our Decam. So there's plenty going on around our district. So if you are doing something interesting in your club, please let us know. If you have seen or would like to celebrate one of your Toastmasters who's achieved something, then let us know. We'd be happy to hear from you. So that's all. I'm signing off now. David Corcoran, I've been your host, and this has been another episode of Breaking News. Take care and have a good night.